Hello, this is Sereny from ahrowing.com. This is a video on how to use the Snatch Search in Auctioneer to grab a whole load of different items at consistent prices. And it's a great way of doing it so that you don't have to do tons of manual searches. If you're always buying all the herbs, for example, you can just snatch them all in one big list, and it saves you a lot of time, especially if you're working in a lot of markets with a lot of different items that you consistently want to buy at consistent prices. This is great to use alongside my spreadsheet, where you can really take advantage of the fixed prices. Okay, so here we are in game, and as you can see, I've got the auction house window already up. Obviously, you need to have Auctioneer loaded for this. Now you just go to the search tab down the bottom here, and in the left hand side you look for Snatch. You might have to expand out the searches tab like this, and then click Snatch. And you'll see that I've already got a whole load of items already in there. But to add items, it's fairly simple. If you wanted to add copper bars, for example, you just go Browse, type in the name of the item, and then what I do is I whisper myself the item so that I can link it. And I'm using an add-on which gives me a separate little chat frame. However, obviously you can just use it from the standard chat, or you can even do it from items that are in your inventory. But obviously, if you haven't got the item on you, the easiest way to do it is to whisper yourself the name of the item. And then we simply come back to the search tab, and then back to the Snatch tab, and click on our item link. And we can simply type in a price of how much we want to pay per individual item. This is not per stack, it's per single item. So you could type in a gold if you were prepared to pay a gold for each copper bar, whatever number you like, it doesn't really matter, as long as it's a price you're comfortable to always pay. Because of this, it's important to make sure that you keep ahead of any market trend. So as I say, you can set a price. Once you've done that, you'll have a whole list of items on the right hand side, and you can keep adding as many items as you want. You can literally put hundreds and hundreds of items in here. And it's important to note that your snatch lists are shared not just across each character, so every character will share the same snatch list. They're also shared across faction and across server. Set all the different snatch items that you want, and you can always add to this and remove them. If you want to remove, you just click the item, so like click gold cover, click remove, and it removes from the list. It's all fairly simple. If you want to update an item and give it a new price, say for example I'm now prepared to pay only 2 gold per infinite dust, I simply click on infinite dust as I have, press 2 gold, and press add item again, and you'll see that now the buy each is set to 2 gold. So once we've done that, and we've got a massive list of all the searches we want, the next step is to scan the auction house, and it's important that you've always got a fresh scan of data before you do this next part, because this next part is going to be searching your scan data, not what's currently on the auction house. Okay, so our scan's just finished, and now we can go ahead with actually searching for these different items to snatch. The first thing you want to do, however, is either change allow bids and allow buyer. So if you don't want to bid on anything, you just want instant items. So that's it. That's everything you need to do. Simply click search, and you'll see that Auctioneer has this new box on top with all of the items in a big massive list. If I was prepared to buy all of these items, what I would probably do is click the percent sort, so that the lowest percent is at the top. That means that the best deals for any of these items, ignoring what the item is, the best deals will always be at the top and work down. And you can simply go through and keep clicking purchase. Here comes up the confirmation box. You simply press yes. Now, there is some more stuff that you can do with this. If you say, for example, you're not interested in netherweave cloth at the moment, or any of these items in particular, you simply click on netherweave cloth, and click not now. Now you might think, well, that's not really done anything, it's just removed the one that was up there. But if you search again quickly, you'll see that no longer is netherweave cloth in the list. This lasts until you reload World of Warcraft, either with /reload or logging in and out or quitting the game. You can also set ignore price, which is good if you're doing a different kind of search. However, with Snatch, you're generally setting the price you want to pay anyway, so ignoring the price isn't really helpful. There's also ignore, which ignores the selected auction at any price. Again, this is mostly for other searches where you might not want one of the items to either be displayed. And finally, there's a snatch button. This does nothing to the snatch search, but if you've done a different search, for example, a resale search or something and you want to add something to your Snatch list, you simply click on it and press Snatch, and it will be added to the bottom of your Snatch list, and you just have to go into your Snatch list and type in a price and click Add Item. There's also some other cool stuff you can do, like if for example I was prepared to buy every single item here, because I've set my Snatch prices, I know exactly how much I'm going to be paying for everything. You can simply mouse over the purchase button and hold down Shift, Control, Alt, and you'll see that the button changes to Purchase All, and you simply left click, and it will then bring up the box for the very first item. These are listed in the order that your sort was. So I've set mine in percent with the lowest percent at the top. That means I'll be buying them so that the very lowest percentage is the first thing, the next is the second, the next lowest percentage is the third item, and so on and so on. You can change this, for example, if you haven't got very much money, or you're a bit worried about running out of money. So you can set it to maybe like the buyout amount, and that way you'll always be buying the cheapest items, even if they're not necessarily the items that are the biggest saving. But obviously this might be a bit confusing. I've just suddenly accepted that I want to buy every single item on that list, but it's only showing me the first one, which is the mice fawn for 6 gold for a stack of 20, which is very, very cheap. It's just a bid, but it's very cheap. However, obviously we might want to know how much we're going to be paying for the entire list if I was to keep hitting yes and clicking them all. So what you can do is in the bottom left hand corner here, you'll see that there's a little stop button, a number here, which is 71, then a colon, and then a gold, silver, copper amount. The stop button instantly cancels all our purchases, so we won't have to press cancel for every single one of these items in the list. You can just press stop there and it will stop all of it. The next number, which is 71 for me, is the amount of items that you're about to buy. This isn't individual items, this is how many stacks or whatever. This is how many times you have to press yes if you want to buy it all. Then there's a colon, just the separator, and then a gold total, silver total, and copper total, which is the total amount if you was to buy every single thing in the list that you just press purchase all on. So if I was prepared to pay that, I'd simply come up here and keep pressing yes, 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 and clicking through and buying everything. For the purpose of this video, however, I'm not going to. I'm going to press the stop button, and you'll see that that's now cleared, and I simply click cancel on the one that's up. And that's it. If you do need to get rid of this window that's on top, which is sometimes in the way, especially now, say for example if I wanted to add some more stuff to my Snatch list, you simply come over here and click this little plus button. You'll see that it pushes the search window down, and you can actually see that it's underneath the window here. And if we want to bring it back up, we simply press this minus button and it moves it back up. In time I'll be showing you how to use all the different searches, arbitrage, converter, disenchant, enchant mats, general, milling, prospect, resale, and vendor. For the moment, however, I'm just showing you the Snatch, and the next one I'll be showing you is the general search, so you can search for your competition in each market. This is great if you need to find out the names of people who are competing against you, and you want to see just how big of a competitor they are. And that's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. It's a great way of always getting consistent prices on items that you're always going to need. It's great for use with my spreadsheet, as I say. That way you can kind of set the values in your spreadsheet to the same as your Snatch prices. And it's a great way to just instantly get a whole load of items without having to manually search for all the different herbs you need, all the different ores you need, and all the different enchant mats you need. You can just press one button, have a big list of them all, and if you're prepared to do it, purchase them all just from a couple of clicks of a button. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below on my blog or on YouTube, where you can also rate 5 stars and subscribe to me, and I hope to speak to you soon.